a lot of entrepreneurs and
Mhm.
high performers
Yep, yep.
who may look successful on the outside, but sometimes they feel like they're constantly proving themselves. I'm just wondering, why do you think that's so common?
Their first or only, so they may not have ever done what it is that they're supposed to be doing before, and or it may never have been done. So they're doing something for the first time that has never been done. So there's no roadmap. There's no clear path to take. So part of it is you operate from your lived experience, and then maybe you research and investigate and things like that. But you really have to rely on your gut. And oftentimes these people, they're building while they're performing. There's no, in school, you get to take a quiz, and then you get some feedback on the quiz before you take the real test, like the exam, the big test.
Yeah.
Or when you take real steps in life, and the folks I work with, when they're taking these steps in life, there is no beta, there's no draft. It's live, it's immediate, and the feedback might be harsh. It's my like, you're completely off base. So there's reputational risk. It's like you're exposed. And so the fear, the challenges that they tend to face tend to be like, you're proving yourself, and you're proving that you won't make mistakes. So there's almost a fear of fail. I mean, everybody has a fear of failure, but
Yeah.
you feel like you need to continue to prove yourself to get to the next. So you did this thing, but your task, whatever people are looking, oh, you did it before, let's try, you need to do this one more time, or you need to do this bigger thing. So the fear is real. The fear is real. The perception might be like, oh, they're confident, they get stuff done, but the fear of failure and the fear of making mistakes publicly is very, very real. So building while performing, that's the issue.
Yeah, I love that response. And I feel like every entrepreneur does have to battle with that at some point. Even just me being an athlete, you got a big playoff game. As somebody in the crowd looks like, okay, they just have a playoff game. As a player, I know if we don't make it to the next round, I might not even get a scholarship offer. I've been working
Ex-
in this sport my whole life. It's the same with
yes.
business. If we don't get hit X amount, we might not be able to take this next step. But it's
Yes.
like, at the same time, what else will we be doing? Will we just be out here just living average and not trying to do better for
Change.
ourselves in life? I feel like that's the real fear. Even Mark Zuckerberg said that, like, the real risk is not taking any risk. So it's kind of like, if we're in business and we are taking risks, we have to just appreciate what comes with it too. We can't fear it.
And you certainly don't want to vocalize that fear, but you mentioned the piece on like an athlete, being an athlete. Each game does matter. Like it may not, like, the externally, like it matters. It matters. The moment matters, and that feels like extra pressure that's on top of the moment, like extra pressure for people who are about to watch the game, or extra pressure for you as a player to perform as people intended or want you to perform. So almost like turning a piece of yourself off so you can be in that moment and be in that expectation, and it could get heavy.
Yeah, definitely. When those lights on, it's different than practice time.
Yeah.
What would you say is the difference between expanding capacity and just pushing harder?
Mm, well, even hearing the words like um pushing hard, like push, when you push, it requires force, and you might actually break something, right? Expanding capacity is different. It's like changing. So again, I'll go, this is a glass container. So if I were trying to push, I might break this glass container, right? Like glass breaks. If I drop this and exert force on this can crack into lots of pieces. But expanding capacity is like changing that container. It's about abundance, not scarcity. It's like in technology, it might look like, asking MS DOS like a long time ago, MS DOS, versus upgrading the system and using Windows. Like you're asking an old system to do new things. Pushing harder burns energy, and a lot of energy, and expanding capacity actually builds structure and builds infrastructure. So there's a difference, a significant difference. Like when we push ourselves to do more or be more, or I think about this because a lot of people hit the gym at the beginning of the year. So push yourself to like lose weight, or be healthy, or have invoke wellness, or whatever those things are. When you're pushing yourself, it doesn't feel good because you're pushing. So it feels like a drag, like, oh my gosh, I have to eat lettuce again. Like, that doesn't feel good. But when you're expanding your capacity, you're like, oh, I can introduce, this thing. If you never eat lettuce, right? Like, say, I can introduce this into my diet. So it's like you're welcoming something into a space instead of like forcing it in. It never feels good when you're forcing something in.
Yeah, I like how you spoke about this just the abundance
Mhm.
and scarcity mindset is kind of like going to the ocean, fighting just to get some drops in a bottle, not realizing that we, you know what I'm saying, we really are a part of that ocean and
Mm.
it's unlimited. We don't even know how really deep it is yet. Scientists are still doing research, finding new species every day. So it's kind of like that with opportunities in life, just having that type of mindset. And I feel like that's really the biggest thing with entrepreneurs. We have to change our mindset. If I go talk to myself from 4 years from now and I look recognizable, that's a problem.
Yeah.
I shouldn't even every 4 or 5 years, even every 2 years, you should be unrecognizable to the version of you the years before that, just because you're constantly evolving. So can you just talk about the importance of just constantly working on yourself and evolving from year to year?
Yeah. What I see often with the leaders and the teams that I work with, some of the organizations have been around for a very long time. So when you think about an old entity, there's an old culture. Like we've always done that. You hear people say that a lot. Okay, we've always done that, or we always do it that way. Anytime you hear we've always done it that way, you know something is wrong because
Yeah.
it means the world has changed. And you bring up a good point. It's not reinvention every 4 years. We're in a space where reinvention is happening a lot faster than that. So if you're not keeping up, you're always going to be left behind and you're always going to feel some sort of stress. So like getting your mind in the game, like life is about change. Like life is about change. Your body's going to change. The way you see things, your experiences are going to change. And if you don't take stock, if you don't take inventory on what has changed inside of you and what has changed around you, you will be lost. You'll be lost and disconnected and feel a stress and physiological responses to change. Like this is stress response. Like something's changed. Oh, we moved the cup from here to here. Oh, that doesn't feel good. So getting yourself in a position where you're able to brave changes a lot fast and recover from the change, that's what resilience is. That's the recovering faster so you can be in the game longer, so you can play to your full capacity when you're in the game and not feel the stress of it being a different moment. The person you are 2 years ago or were 2 years ago is not who you are today. And if you don't stop and just take inventory on how you've changed, what has changed around you, what resources are now available to you because you've lived that many more days, you're losing out.